family, welcome to the High Vibes Only Club. So in this video today, we're going to go over the weekly intuitive guidance that I am channeling today from the divine for the week of May 4th through May 10th. Now I'm doing something a little different. Today I'm starting off with doing the intuitive first, and then I'm going to do the astrology, and the Monday and Tuesday dailies are already there. But for this week, I really feel, with the lunar node shift, I really feel like it's going to be a week of adjustment, okay? Adjustment in our home space, doing whatever it takes to make yourself feel comfortable and at home, okay? Because a lot of the times, the past year and a half, a lot of us has been feeling away from home, okay? And this is in the metaphysical sense, spiritual home, our connection to the divine. So find that relationship with the divine, nurture that, and you get that through silence. You really need to take the time to just listen. Spend some extra time just sitting there, just being. And that's a lot of what I did this morning. And I really got clear on, other messages, because I always make it a priority to spend time with the divine. And I feel like a lot of the collective really need to learn that new habit, because that's the missing piece to the puzzle, to your happiness, to feeling fulfilled. Because a lot of you are dealing with this void within, and it's not someone who's going to fulfill that for you, and it's not something of achievement oriented either. It's your relationship with the divine first, your sacred union with spirit, and then is the sacred union with your higher self. So as you develop a closer relationship with the divine, you're inevitably going to get to know yourself more, your true self within, and what is truly in alignment, what is your true purpose here on earth. Getting very deep with this, and we're all now have the time to contemplate this and really tune within into our own intuition and ask ourselves these deep questions that a lot of the time society doesn't really have time to sit and just ask yourself these deep questions. I've been doing something very interesting. I've been some of my family members, I've been teaching them, different modalities of how to tune in with spirit and different yoga moves for spiritual alignment. And you don't know the difference that it's made for them and how grateful they are. And I can feel other people's feelings, right? And when I taught them this, the first emotion that I got, because I'm such an empath, was wow. It's like, that's what I've been missing all along. You understand? It's like, for example, like if you've had like this amazing connection with the lover, right? Like think like the movie The Notebook, when Ali and what's his name, the boy and the girl were separated for many years, and they come together later on as an adults, and they had this crazy lovemaking session. And then she was like, wow, I've been missing that all of these years. And that's how this spiritual awakening is going to feel for a lot of you out there. It's like, wow, that's what I've been missing all along. Oh my God, how much more graceful and peaceful and joyful and passionate it is to have the divine in my life, because you know what to expect, you know how to use the energies. The divine is always guiding you in the right direction through signs and synchronicities. You develop a beautiful relationship with the divine, and it's something that it's yours and it's unique to yourself, and nobody is going to understand it, because that's between you and the divine. And it's a beautiful experience, and I feel like a lot of people are awakening to this bigger picture. And tomorrow, Tuesday, I will be having this presentation live stream 12:30 to 4:30 p.m. So if you want to partake in that live stream, go ahead to my upcoming calendars on my website, and you can purchase your ticket, and you will be emailed your Zoom webinar link and password. Okay, so the reason why is because I will also be having a special Q&A after that presentation, and that presentation is only going to be available for members. So whether or not you are a live stream audience, basically, you will have access to that recording if you're a member. But if you're not, it's not going to be posted on YouTube, because I'm going to be talking everything there. Okay, so make sure that you look at that and you become a member as well on my website. And obviously if you're listening to this video, you are a member, but most likely I'll put this one as on YouTube, so that's why. And I really feel like this week is also about making sure that you're making space in your calendar when you're planning out your week, which you should be doing every Sunday evening, to make time for your health and wellness care. Okay, take time to nurture yourself. to love yourself. Take the time to sit there and read a good book, watch an educational film, learn about ancient wisdom. Take a history book and open it up and read it. How many people out there do that? Not many, right? So you need to be different, and you really need to make the effort to be a loyal and reliable light worker on this planet, because we're being called to step forth truly, especially with this new portal opening with the lunar node shift. This next year and a half is going to be very, very magical, but it's also going to be very insightful, because we're going to be learning a lot of new things with this North Node in Gemini, and it's very intellectual, and it's also very communicative. So we're also going to be gathering with a lot of our like-minded soul tribes. And for those soul tribes that you have already been building over the past year and a half, because with this North Node in Cancer that we just passed, it definitely was about creating this soul tribe, this home and family dynamic and feeling with the people around us. So chances are that you've already have like this safe haven where you can go to. So you're being called to reconnect basically and share what you've learned on your journey. And these are going to be people very close to you that you can go by car, that you can call up, or perhaps, you know, have a face-to-face live stream kind of happy hour talk, and just to connect with your friends, okay, and tune in with yourself as well. Go into nature as much as you can if you're allowed. You know, parks are going to be open soon, so that's very, very good. And I really do feel like we're going to keep getting these positive news, but we still need to have like this kind of like backup plan of our sanctuary in our home. So making your home your most sanctuary space where you actually look towards going towards, okay? It's like a place that you want to be in. That's the kind of home environment that is the ideal home, you see. And if there's a certain family dynamic, like if you're in a partnership, for example, and it doesn't feel very homey, doesn't feel very welcoming, it doesn't feel like you want to be there, then that's something that you seriously need to question for the next year and a half. Do you really want to stay stuck in that situation? Or do you want to create a new situation that's better, more high vibrational? So this week is really about that. And, you know, also about who's showing up in your life. That's another key sign and flag that you need to ask yourself. Who's showing up in your life and who's not? And what love is reciprocal and what love is not reciprocal, right? So this is where you need to use your discretion and really be discerning as to who is part of your next life phase and chapter and who's not anymore. Maybe you've outgrown them, or maybe lessons have been learned already, and it's just a cycle that you need to close. So maybe now you need to do it alone, or maybe now you need to find new people. Whatever the case may be, let the universe take you to wherever you need to go, because that's where your dreams will come true if you take guidance from the divine. If you follow these invisible footsteps that are guiding you towards the light and toward this enchanted forest, okay? Because not everybody can see that. Think like the movie Frozen. I love that movie, and I know it's a cartoon movie, but I saw Frozen 2 the other day, and it's very, very, you know, filled with symbolism in that movie. And that's kind of like what we're going through as a collective, okay? Not everybody could hear what she heard, and not everybody hears that calling. This is dependent on how open you are to spirit, how receptive you are to the messages, and truly, you know, how willing you are to devote your life to this mission. Because that's going to be the test of your true character and your integrity as a light worker and as a warrior of light. Because as a warrior of light, you're going to need to fight obstacles, but we're being called to do it gracefully, with composure, with royalty. That we can do all things with the strength of Christ. We don't need to, you know, reduce our vibration to match those of others who are triggering us, because that is the lesson here. You see, every trigger that comes our way is because they want to trigger you, because they know if they trigger you, they have invaded your aura, kind of like a spade invading your aura. And if you allow it to invade your space, if you don't have an armor, a shield protecting your aura, your high vibration, meaning that whatever negative circumstances come your way, you have protection. You do whatever it takes to protect yourself in the exterior world. If this involves, you know, calling the police or something like that, if it's life-threatening, but the divine will always have you protected. Okay, nobody will get away with it. And so this is where you need to ask yourself, am I really going to let this affect my vibration? Because I know I'm of light. I know I'm an angel here on earth, and I know what I'm meant here to do. And if I'm a healer, I know that I need to protect my vibration so that I can be that light to the world and keep portraying my best self. Because this is not about putting a mask, but this is truly about, our goal should be always wanting to be in our true self. That's when you've reached enlightenment. That's the level of ascension that you're at, is how much you can hold your vibration despite the external circumstances. So we're being tested this week, and perhaps for the coming year and a half, but this is where you really need to use your discernment as to what is not worthy of your time, energy, and bad mood about it. Don't let it get to you. Just do whatever you need to do to get rid of it, to protect yourself, but then just move on with your life and just let it go, because really it's not personal and it's a projection, right? And we don't want to give into projections, because if we're of light and if we're those, you know, those of the army of light, then, and we're earth angels here. And I saw 1111 as I said that, and I've been seeing that number lately. And this is about that you need to awaken to the truth that if you're a light being, the higher and lighter you feel, all of these things coming at you you need to envision them coming through you. You understand? So you are unaffected. You're impenetrable because you are a spirit of light, and you are light. If you are dense in your energy, then of course it will get stuck in there, you see, because it has no way to pass through. But if you're so light and so high vibrational, guess what? They just pass through you, and that's it. It'll probably hit the wall or bounce back for that matter. But it has nowhere to penetrate you because you're so already risen. And that's that rebirth energy that's been coming through a lot. And with this full moon in Scorpio coming this Thursday, that's definitely the hot spot right there. And this is this culmination of this rebirth that we're going to be experiencing, because Scorpio rules this death and rebirth. And that's the energy of this week, this rebirth energy. But truly the rebirth. It's like we've been having many rebirths over the last year and a half. Okay, but now finally this is the culmination. It's kind of like you're at that peak of the mountain, and now we're being called to maintain that high vibration. That's how you maintain success as well, without reverting, without regressing. All the work that you've been doing to heal yourself, to mature, to get yourself at this level, really requires self-mastery. So this next step of mastery requires maintaining your high vibration, because it's just like a health and wellness program. You commit to a health and wellness program. Let's say you make a 90-day transformation. But what's going to happen after that 90-day transformation? Are you going to revert back to the initial beginning spot, or are you going to maintain that transformation for the long haul? That's exactly how we should be viewing our spiritual journey right now. And that's the message for this week intuitively. So thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you become a member of my High Vibes Only Club so that you can take a look at the weekly astrology and the monthly May astrology. You can purchase it additionally if you don't want to become a member, but for members it's free as part of your membership, and the daily messages are all there. Plus the motivational speech, helping you to navigate these energies. I give you extra guidance tips and so much more that I do there for you guys, and the special talks that I did about these lunar node shifts, which is energies for the next year and a half. So these are very time sensitive, so you want to make sure that you listen to those videos within this week. Take a look at the introductory video. It was only 20 minutes on my YouTube, and the long video, which is an hour, it's on my High Vibes Only Club. So I'm wishing you all an amazing week. Stay positive, stay strong, and stay perseverant. Namaste.